This is 898 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you like slides of cutting, share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, this can be directly very greatly appreciated. They were doing the same in Top Sadi Ches, Sif Aleph through Ches. Aleph. Top Sadi Ches. Kamat Kiyos Chayalim Kab Rosh Hashanah. Actually, don't know how many Kiyos you have to learn Rosh Hashanah and what's their order. Al Shosh Shuas Nemat Torah Chodesh Shvi. It says 3 times Trua on the 7th month, concerning the 7th month of Tishrei. Shtayim Rosh Hashanah 2 times in Rosh Hashanah. Echad Ba'emar. Once in Parsh Emor Chodesh Shvi. Ba'echad Chodesh Gomer Zichron Trua. The Vasheni Pinchas, the Chodesh Shashir Bechel Chodesh, the Gomer, Yom Sholi Elochem, Ashishi B'Yovel, Parshas Bar, Ksiva Bar to Shofar Trua B'Chodesh Shvi, so the Chodesh Tabiru Shofar. V'ach B'Chodesh Hashvi Miutar. When it says B'Chodesh Hashvi, it's superfluous. It could have said that Michla V'Avar to Shofar Trua, B'Sfei Chodesh Hashvi. It could be so the Chodesh is superfluous. Why b'chodesh? Elamed shekol tziyos sheb'chodesh shashvi teaches all tziyos in the 7th month. Shabbos zilazah, they're equivalent to each other, and in other words, they all have the same format. Now there's a more Yovel Rosh Hashanah, some Rosh Hashanah Yovel. How do you know? To extrapolate whatever it says Rosh Hashanah to Yovel and vice versa. Kamulomar b'chodesh shashvi, chodesh shashvi l'tzei Shabbos. It says chodesh shashvi by all of them to draw this parallel. So according to this, the 3 truas in Rosh Hashanah. So 3 blows you have to make. So you talk about Rosh Hashanah, and it has you shofar. We learn out for Yovel, because if shofar trua, it says shofar for trua. The whole trua is truth of an ambashuta. Each trua has a simple sound before and after. See, Barta shofar trua. The gomer taviu shofar v'gomer. The avora means to pass. Here is taken to understand also a passing sound, which means avora have a call. Pashut, it's a simple sound. Kia. But true being to Shnei Avoros, and the true comes between the 2 Avoros, between the 2 Tkiyos. Kem Shei Shosh Truas, so there's 3 Truas. Mele Shei Shosh Pshutas, the name Shosh Truas Lechem, the 3 Tkiyos before and 3 Tkiyos after. And Be'achad, Tisha calls 9 calls all together. Tkiyah Truat Tkiyah, Tkiyah Truat Tkiyah, Tkiyah Truat Tkiyah. Buchim Me'ator, that's the obligation in other Islam. Nam Ma'al Zeh Shanu Tekulim Shlosh calls. That's the case why we blow 30 calls. Shlosh Pamim Tashrat, that's Tkiyah Shvarim Truat Tkiyah. And the 3 times Tashat, Tkiyah Shvarim Trua, and 3 times Tarat, Tkiyah Trua Tkiyah. This is why. Dinei Lashon Trua Luzaka Sheva. Language of Trua is the language of somebody who is in a state of being broken. Parshas Balos, that's what it says, Parshas Balos, is Val Milchama the Gomer. If war comes to you about Ros V'chad Zotzos, blow a true with your trumpets of Gomer. Yom Simchaschem, they rejoicing Gomer Karte B'chatzotzos, but blow Tkiyah with your trumpets for Gomer. And the Simcha Lashon Tkiyah, for rejoicing you blow a language, blow Tkiyah. V'zman L'chama Lashon Trua, for L'chama, for war you blow a Trua. Kim L'fisha stop on Hecha Trua, since we are not sure what a Trua is supposed to be. If it's the moaning, which women moan when they moan, in other words, it sobs. Sobs which are very quick one to another. Whereas we make the trua, it's a groan. Person groans time after time, when his heart in a state of worry or anxiety makes a tug over some great travail. Kufos, they are not so packed together, they don't make that impression. Groan after groan. That's what we make the shvarim. Perhaps it's both together. Moaning, groaning, and moaning. That's the person who is in that state of worry or anxiety. First he groans, then he moans. There's no shvarim trua. That would be shvarim trua. But the opposite, people don't sob first and then moan and then groan afterwards. Because that's the truth. Shvarim is not done. Therefore, by distinguished people who can restrain themselves a bit more, I guess. It says language of groaning. The Jews groan from their service in Mitzrayim, their slavery in Mitzrayim. But according to the Kohanim, we're groaning. They don't make high, quick, frequent sobs. But more frivolous people, it says language of sobbing, moaning. Sob, all those of you who drink wine. Eli Kib Sula, sob like a young woman. So also Yoel. Kol Yilas Roim, the sound of the sobs of shepherds. This is Chaya. In the bracket says here, Micha Navi Omer Shomar Alai Li. When Micha says Ali B'chein Espada Ve'lila, I'm going to say a hesped. I'm going to be Meilil. Siyim El Sholo. I am going to go often a deviant path. Like somebody who is going without any cognition, without any perception. We find Hilul Shasim is back. Stop those who serve the Mizrach. They show Mami Kushim Mikoim mainly Kipsula, since before we spoke about stopping like a young girl, the Gomer. There's a Bitzfani, Yola Mina Mishneh. There was also sobbing, Kain Kam Komas, and so doing several other places, Beduk, and you can go and check them out. Tav Lachim is fakers, because of these fakers, Tiknu attacking cause fakers, they made a takona to fix all the fakers. Vinish the Bechol Trua, every Trua. Litkah shvarim chol trua litkah shvarim biyachad. You should do every trua. Because litkah shvarim trua biyachad, shvarim b'fnei atzmam, trua b'fnei atzmam. Shvarim trua, shvarim and trua. Cholcha mehem no tzutzol v'nem shilachad. Each one with tkiyah before and after. In tzad, it comes out shetachas shalosh kolos tkiyah trua tkiyah. So 3 kolos of tkiyah trua tkiyah. So the esip kolos. You have to do 10 sounds. Tashuv shrat, tashat, tarat. Shosh Pamim Kane, you have to do 3 times. How many Shosh calls 30 calls altogether? Farosh, Hebushem Ravaigo, Meshila Roshana, last Svekos Gmorazem. The Rosh brings down the Ravaigo. They're not absolute Svekos. The Bitin Torah, Kult, Kids, Chusay. They're all count as Shus Midaraisa. Gamashmoring, Gamachur, Gamshem Yachad. With any format. Nation Mitzvahs Mitzvah Yosim Mashvor, Mitzvah Yosim Machua, Mitzvah Yosim Shtem Yachad. But since there were different Hakim throughout our Mitzvah, some people did the Shvorim, some people did the Shua, some people did both together. It's not appropriate for us, it doesn't look good for us. For the generations, we should be so divided, these doing that, these doing like that. And everybody should do the same thing across the board. And in brackets, he says, that's here a tantalizing statement, but I don't know what it means. Side that there's a great, presumably Kabbalistic issue here. Hey, there's a question here. Kiri showing the Tashat Lomali. Why the first Kia of the second order of Kia Shvarim Chua? Kia Shvarim Kia. The came in the Yeshua side because since it's in down, it came out of Shach. So what's the issue? If the first ones were the primary ones, Yotzi with already with all your loads. And if the Ikar is the last ones, if the prime one is Tashat, the last Kia of the first Kolos should be first. I know because first ones are the main ones. So the last call of the Tashrats is the last Kia is for that. If that's not the main ones, that's not the Ikar ones, but right Tashrat is Ikar. So the last call of the Tashrat should then revert to be the first call of the Tashat. Just said. Chain similarly, why didn't the first give Tarat? If the primary is Tashat, if the primary one is Tarat, let the last key of the Tashat go be the key Rishon of Tarat, first key of Tarat. But the problem is that even without the case, there'd be a mistake would prevail. People would say people would say you don't need a key before the Chua. The masses won't understand that we're thinking that the last kia works for both the story, both for Tashrat and Tashat, or both for Tashat and Tarat. Also, it's preferable since he had in mind that this should be a kia after Trua. Shouldn't consider to be a kia before Trua. Furthermore, will later become clear that Kia the Tashrat, Arukh Mishel Tashat, The tkiya of tashrat has to be longer than the tkiya of tashat. V'shel tashat mishel tarat, and if tashat has to be longer than tarat, that I did not know. So tashat and tarat could be the same. Chen ein lachshov tkiya shel tashrat l'tashat. We can't consider tkiya of tashrat, which is a long one, for tashat, which is a much shorter one. Mishel tashat l'tarat. Again, I don't know what the difference is in length. V'odin rally, it seems he also came to the question of Hokeh Lidkosh Loshim Kolos Behem Shech Echad. It's hard for the Baal to blow 30 kolos in one continuity. He has to rest the drop between the sections. Like minig is by us. And nuksas to rest for briefly. Ben tashrat l'tashat, ben tashat l'tarat. In each order. It came in mele. You can't consider the last one, which is hakodemis yishayna altito, which is before the subsequent first one. In the answer, because you can't consider that both, because in the answer, because there's interruption. Vav should be the every yotzah, even though the every yotzah, I feel shama, teisha kilos, but teisha shows yotzah, you heard 9 blows, of course, in 9 hours, yotzah, come, and a dabra muda. It's not the best way, optimum way of doing it. At least not chatchila. Vav, shanir b'mishnah b'gemara, we learned, the shir tkiya, the shir trua, the shir trua, kishol shivavas, or kishol shvarim. Shir tkiya is like the shir trua, and the shir trua is like 3, Yavavos or 3 Shivarim. Shlosh Yavavos who? What is Shlosh Yavavos? It 3 of those short moans for short stops. The Peirush Rashi explains Shlosh Kos Ba'alma Koshu. The true is 3 random bad sounds. They don't have a specific sound. Piece of bench Shvarim and Trua and Rak Sholosh. When it's both Shvarim and Trua are 3s. O Shlosh Nichos Shlosh, either 3 Shvarim or 3 Truas. Just that the groans are longer, and the slabs are shorter. Seems to be Ribas' opinion. Since the shear of Tkiya is like the shear of the Trua, the Tkiya of Tashat, Arukha is similar to Tkiya Tarat. It's going to be longer than the Tkiya of Tarat, because longer colors. Tkiya the Tashrat, and the first Tkiya of Tashrat, Arukha is similar to the Tashat. They're going to have to be even longer. There's a double in the middle. But that's only the minimum. But to extend the kiyah, you can blow as long as you want. There's no limit up. Even where we normally make 3, you can make 4 or 5 or even more. Bishop says, whoa. There's some poskim that are machmir, so therefore you should stick to 3. And you can do more than 3 truas, 3 sobs. That's what I made, to make many sounds in trua. The concern is not be doing fewer than required. Zayin. According to opinion, historically, Zar b'shloim shelo yarich b'chol shever k'shir shlosha trumitin. And be careful not to make each shever the shear of 3 trua blast. In Cain, in this case, Yotza, Miklal Shvarim, it is no longer Shvarim, Varei Kol Shevet Kiyah. Each shever then be at Kiyah. Ushlosha Shvarim Shav Yon Shlosh Kiyah, so 3 Shvarim turn to 3 Kiyahs. She shear Kiyah Ketrua, because the shear of Kiyah is like a shear of a Trua. The Trua have a Rak Shlosha, and the Trua is 3 short sounds. Shlosha have a Shlosha Tomitin. 3 blows. The Yeshu in the Shvarim ain't great as this. Some say by Shvarim it's not concerned. Ima Shvarim have a Trua, if the Shvarim are the authentic Trua, have a Shir Tkir, Shlosha Shvarim, and Shir Tkir is like 3 Shvarim, but Loka Shlosha Tomitin, and now like 3 blasts. But you should be careful that each shever is not longer than the 3 Shvarim together. So that's the shever, then it's no longer shever. It's considered to be a Tkiya. With Ashrat Gamze and Kbeda, by Ashrat this is also not concerned. Usham Yesh Yisrael Shal Arich B'chol Shever Kashir Shlosha Shvarim Ushlosha Tumutin Kamuvan. There the mistake would be to make each shever the shear of 3 Shvarim and 3 blows, which would be the shear of the Tkiya. Ve'echana appears Kamvan is understood. Ve'enu Chanana appears Gamkin Karashi. Concept something similar. Ches. Avashita. So I was saying about the taste is. Uzay skimu Ramban v'Rashba. Taste is Ramban v'Magid Mishnah. Zel she'omru shir trua k'sholosh yavavos. Everything say the shir of trua is like three sobs. Hachibush. This means the kol yavava sholosh kochos shel kol shu. Each yavava, each sound of trua is three kochos, infinitesimally small. Sholosh yavavos same taste kochos, and three yavavos are nine kochos. The Shemur says the Achronim says that that's the right way to do it. But yeah, but it's enough if you do three kochos, like the first opinion. Okay, in other words, short shvar. The time on the early. It seems to me says this is the rationale. Because the bekoach echad koshu lo nishma kol yavav klal with one blow. If you don't hear the sound of yavav at all, im lo b'tzlev shalosh tumitim unless you get up to three sounds. Thus, how you could call kol yilola, but then it's like the sound of sobbing. Chen shlosh yavavos same tisha tumutim. So three yavavos are 9 blasts. If he's a shir tkiya, have a tamid. But the shir tkiya is always Arukh tisha tumutim. The same like 9 blasts. The king of and each shever is relatively easy to make it 3 blasts, which each one is a shear of 3 short staccato blasts. We shouldn't go extend that time more in more than 9 blows. He's a shira more than 9 blows. Right? He's a shira shor. According to the shira shor mashlosha, 3 of them have a shira tisha to make the next time. It's like 9 shura blows. On that feature, the zuyesh is all arich b'tkiyos shel tashrat k'shir shmona atzrei to make it. According to this, by the kiyos of tashrat, you have to have ones which are 18 beats long, because you have 9 and 9 in the middle. Shvar mature. Shir trua and truk. Much classical. Misha lo arich b'tkiyos tashrat k'shir hazeh. Somebody didn't do his kiyos as 18 beats for tashrat. And each shever, on the other hand, he made 3 blows. Let's say it wasn't the Yotz's obligation like anyone. The first opinion in the Sif Aval Yeshomim, according to Yeshomim, it's not a problem. Moshe Kasabnu. When the Yeshomim that by Shveira, there's no paid up, so it's not a problem.